The battlefield was silent, except for the slow crackle of fires eating through alien metal. The war had ended hours ago, at least that's what Command said, but the ground of Carth 9 still steamed with the heat of burned ozone and blood. Sergeant Callen Price moved carefully through the ruin, rifle slung over his shoulder, visor cracked. The dust had gotten into everything. Lungs, joints, thoughts. He'd fought through 3 alien fronts, seen ships fall from orbit like dying gods. And yet, among the wreckage, one thing gleamed, impossibly bright against the blackened soil. Shimmer. A heartbeat of light, blue and alive. He stepped closer. It wasn't a trick of reflection. It was a gem, smooth, angular, about the size of his fist, resting in the gauntlet of a fallen alien warrior. Her body was massive, twice his size, encased in fractured armor that looked grown rather than forged. Biotech, he guessed. He'd fought her kind before, the Xytheran Dominion. Tall, elegant, and merciless. Their armor pulsed with their life force, bonded to them since birth. You didn't take their gear, not if you wanted to live long. But Callen wasn't one to follow rules when survival was at stake. He knelt, brushing aside a layer of black ash. The alien's chest wasn't moving. Her blade arm was cracked, leaking silver fluid. Around her, shattered drone wings lay like broken glass. The gem pulsed once more. Callen's helmet scanner flared. Energy signature detected. Unknown source. He hesitated. If that gem was what he thought it was, a Xytheran core diamond, then it could power a whole dropship for months. Or buy him a seat off this war-ravaged world. The fleet was pulling out in days, and stragglers like him were rarely picked up. He reached forward. His glove brushed the edge of the gem, and the world froze. A sound, deep and low, vibrated through the air. Not quite a growl, not quite a breath. Then her fingers twitched. Callen froze. He looked up. The alien's eyes were open. They weren't dead and lifeless. They were molten silver, reflecting him like a mirror. For a second neither moved. Then she spoke. Her voice wasn't human. It was layered, a chorus of tones that made his bones vibrate. Human thief. He stumbled back, drawing his rifle. Stay down, he barked automatically. You're dying. Don't make it worse. She didn't listen. The alien raised herself on one elbow, her armor sealing around the wounds with viscous liquid light. The gem pulsed faster, matching her heartbeat. That diamond, Callen said, nodding at it, is worth more than your ship. You're not going to need it anymore. Her gaze hardened. Do you even understand what you touched? He smirked. Energy crystal. Power source. The kind your kind likes to flaunt. Yeah, I get it. No. The word came like thunder. It is my heart. He blinked. Come again. Her chest plates shifted, revealing that the diamond wasn't an ornament. It was connected directly to her. Tiny filaments of living metal linked it into her body, pulsing with each beat of her heart. Callen cursed under his breath. Great. I almost robbed a live one. You almost died, she replied. Her silver eyes narrowed. Few touch a Xytheran's core and live to remember it. Guess I'm lucky. Or cursed. The air shimmered around her as her body tried to heal itself. Callen stepped back, but something inside him, maybe exhaustion, maybe guilt, made him pause. He should have walked away. Instead he asked, Why aren't you killing me already? She tilted her head. Because, you stopped. Callen frowned. You noticed that. I was aware. Fading but aware. You reached for my life, and yet. You hesitated. He shrugged. Didn't seem right. You were down. I don't shoot the fallen. She stared at him for a long, unreadable moment. Then, to his surprise, she laughed. It was a cold, metallic sound, but there was something human about it. A human with restraint. How rare. Callen lowered his rifle slightly. So, what now? You kill me for the attempt, or we pretend this never happened. Neither, she said. You will help me. He scoffed. Help? You've got to be kidding. Her armor's shoulder plates flared, light bleeding through the cracks. If I die here, my core detonates. Your human base, 10 kilometers away, will be vaporized. Callen froze. You're bluffing. She met his gaze. Am I? The scanner on his wrist beeped, energy readings spiking off the chart. He swore loudly. All right. What do you need? Extraction. My vessel's beacon is buried in the canyon. I cannot reach it. He sighed. Figures. I save you, you don't blow me up. Fair trade. She smiled faintly, a terrifying sight with fangs. Perhaps you are not as primitive as I believed. They moved through the wreckage together, the oddest of pairs, a scarred human soldier and a wounded alien warlord. The night on Karth 9 was endless. Electric storms raged far above, the atmosphere tearing itself apart after months of orbital bombardment. Lightning illuminated the landscape, a graveyard of ships and machines. As they walked, Callen risked a glance at her. Her name, she'd said, was Vera of the Ninth Brood, commander of the Xytheran spearhost. A leader, and yet here she was limping beside him, her armor cracked open. So, he said, breaking the silence, why's your heart a rock? She didn't answer immediately. Then, it is not a rock. It is a quantum core, both biological and crystalline. We are born with fragments of our world's heartstone. Grows as we do. It is life, and power. Sounds heavy. It is. Her voice softened, almost wistful. When one of us dies, the core returns to the great forge, the cradle of our kind. To lose it is to lose our essence forever. He nodded slowly. And I almost walked off with it. Great. You acted from hunger, not hatred. That I can respect. He chuckled. You sure about that? Your people call us parasites. She glanced at him. Do you deny it? He grinned. Nope. But we're clever parasites. Her lips twitched, almost a smile. They reached the edge of the canyon, a jagged wound in the planet's surface. Below, flashes of light marked where alien technology still hummed faintly. The air was thick with radiation, making Callen's HUD flicker. There, she said, pointing to a half-buried sphere glowing dimly. My beacon. He scanned it. It's deep. We'll need to clear the rubble. You have explosives, she noted. He snorted. Yeah, but those tend to make rubble, not remove it. She stepped forward, placing her hands on the stone. Her armor lit up, channels of blue energy running along her arms. The ground trembled. The rock cracked apart, pulled aside as if obeying her command. Okay, Callen muttered. Remind me never to arm wrestle you. I would win. Exactly my point. The beacon was freed. She knelt beside it, pressing her hand to the surface. It glowed brighter, sending a pulse of energy into the night sky. Signal sent, she murmured. They will come. Callen frowned. They. As in your fleet. She nodded. What remains of it? And what happens to me when they arrive? She looked at him then, truly looked, as if seeing him for the first time. That depends on what you choose next. He laughed bitterly. Figures. They waited in silence, the sky above flashing with orbital debris. Callen sat on a boulder, helmet off, wiping grime from his face. Vera stood, her gaze distant. "You know," he said after a while, "you could have killed me back there. When I touched your core." "Yes. Why didn't you?" "Because," she said slowly, "for the first time in this war, someone reached for what was mine and stopped. No mercy, no fear, just choice. That intrigued me." He smirked. "You've got strange tastes." "Perhaps." The beacon pulsed again. Tense. "They are near." A low rumble shook the air as a Xytheran skimmer descended through the clouds. Sleek, alive-looking, like a manta ray of metal and light. Callen instinctively raised his rifle. "Easy," Vera said. "They are mine." The craft landed, ramp unfolding. 2 Xytheran soldiers emerged, weapons drawn. They froze upon seeing her. "Commander," one said in a hissing dialect. "You live." "Thanks to him," she said, nodding at Callen. The soldiers looked at him as if she'd pointed at a cockroach. Vera turned to him. "You have a choice, human. Stay, and your kind will find you when the storms clear. Or come with us." He blinked. "Come with you." "Into enemy territory." "Into the unknown," she corrected. "You sought power and found purpose instead. Perhaps that purpose lies beyond your command." He hesitated. Every instinct screamed no. But deep down something else, curiosity maybe, whispered yes. He'd fought this war long enough. Maybe it was time to see what lay on the other side. Before he could answer, the air split with a sonic boom. A human gunship burst from the horizon, weapons hot, targeting the alien craft. "Contact! Human aircraft!" One of the Xytherans shouted. Vera's soldiers raised shields. The sky erupted in plasma fire. Callen dove for cover as explosions rocked the canyon. "Your people found us," she growled. "Not my people," Callen shouted back. "They shoot first, ask later." The gunship looped around for another pass. Callen spotted its marking, Bravo Wing. His old unit. He grimaced. "They'll kill you. And you." "Yeah, that too." Without thinking, he sprinted to the beacon console. "You got shields on this thing." "Yes," she said. "But not enough to stop that." "Then let's give them something to aim at." He grabbed his comlink, switching to the open human frequency. "Bravo Wing, this is Sergeant Price. Hold your fire." Static, then a familiar voice. "Price? You're alive. Get clear, we've got hostiles." "Negative," he yelled. "They're not hostiles, they're evac." "Repeat, hold fire." No response, just the whine of weapons charging. Vera joined him, placing her hand over his. "You would risk your life for us." He looked at her, grinning through the smoke. "Guess I'm cursed, remember?" The gunship fired. For a heartbeat, time slowed. Then the sky exploded. A blinding flash engulfed the canyon as the Xytheran ship's shields flared, overloaded, and then stabilized. When the smoke cleared, the human gunship was spinning out, systems fried. It crashed a mile away, fire blooming on the horizon. Callen slumped, ears ringing. That was close. Vera stood over him, eyes glowing faintly. "You chose. And your choice saved both species today." He blinked up at her. "You could have left me." "I could have. But now our debts are equal." The soldiers helped her aboard. She turned at the ramp's edge, staring down at him. "Your kind will call you traitor." He smirked. "Wouldn't be the first time." "Then remember this, human. When the Xytherans speak of Earth, they will speak of you." The ramp closed. The skimmer lifted, disappearing into the storm clouds. Callen stood alone among the ruins, wind whipping his torn armor. He looked down, something glittered in the dirt. Her gem, or rather a shard of it. Small, pulsing faintly. He picked it up, feeling it beat once against his palm, like a living heart. He smiled. Guess I did steal a diamond after all.